There is something I want parents to really think about. I work with a lot of families. I speak to parents regularly. I get to observe children and families up close. And one of the things that genuinely worries me is how much of childhood is being left to chance. We have more information available to us today than any generation before us. We know about child development. We know about habits. We understand the importance of routines, boundaries, consistency, discipline, emotional regulation, and modeling. And yet, so many parents are still winging it. And I really want to say this with love. Please wake up. Your child's childhood is not something you can put on autopilot and come back to later. Those early years are when you are building the foundations. This is when children learn whether they show up when they don't feel like it, whether they finish what they start, whether they keep their word, whether they speak respectfully, whether they take responsibility for their belongings, whether they can tolerate inconvenience, and whether they understand that other people matter. These things don't magically appear when a child turns 13. They are built through thousands of ordinary moments. And increasingly, I am seeing something that genuinely shocks me. Manners seem to have been obliterated across the board. Children who cannot say please or thank you. Children who struggle with basic table manners. Children who cannot sit at a table and eat properly. Children who don't know how to conduct themselves around other people. Children who have not been taught basic hygiene, how to use the bathroom appropriately, how to wash their hands, how to keep themselves clean, or how to be mindful of the people around them. And then there are the very basic things that should be corrected gently but repeatedly when children are young. Don't pick your nose in public. Don't interrupt someone who is speaking. Don't shout across the room. Don't grab things from other people. Don't speak rudely. Don't invade someone's personal space. These are not complicated concepts. These are things we teach 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds. But they require something from the parent. Presence. Active parenting is not simply providing food, clothing, education, and entertainment. Active parenting is sitting with your child and teaching them how to behave. It is saying, what do we say when someone gives us something? Thank you. What do we say when we need something? Please. It is reminding them again and again, and again, and again. It is teaching them how to use the bathroom. It is teaching them basic hygiene. It is teaching them how to sit at a table. It is teaching them how to eat. It is teaching them how to greet people, how to speak to people, how to listen when someone else is talking, how to carry themselves in public. And yes, sometimes it means correcting the same behavior for the 100th time. That's parenting. You don't get to teach a child something once and then say, well, I told them. No, you model it. You remind them, you correct them, you practice it, you reinforce it, and eventually it becomes a habit. That is what active parenting looks like. And this is where I think we need to seriously reconsider our priorities. Of course, family gatherings matter. Of course, spending time with extended family matters. Of course, there will be weddings, holidays, dinners, visitors, trips, and special occasions. But does every gathering need to take priority over the routines and responsibilities you have spent years trying to establish? Does a child really need to spend an entire day doing nothing simply because relatives are visiting? Does every family event have to mean homework is abandoned, bedtime disappears, responsibilities are ignored, and the entire day becomes completely unstructured? And then 3 months later, will that particular day even matter? This is the part I want parents to think about. We often sacrifice things that are important for things that are merely immediate. A family gathering feels important because it is happening right now. But the habit you are building in your child has consequences far beyond today. Your child learning to honor commitments matters. Your child learning that responsibilities don't disappear because something more entertaining comes along matters. Your child learning that discipline means doing what needs to be done even when they don't particularly feel like doing it matters. Your child learning integrity matters. And integrity is not taught through lectures. It is built when children see you consistently doing the right thing even when nobody is forcing you to. I'm not saying children should never have fun. I'm not saying you should turn childhood into a military operation. I'm not saying every family gathering is a problem. I am saying prioritize appropriately. Children need joy, they need play, they need family, but they also need structure. They need expectations, they need boundaries, they need responsibilities. And they need parents who are actively paying attention to what they are becoming. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. If you spend the first 10 years allowing your child to avoid responsibility, abandon routines, disregard commitments, and constantly choose immediate pleasure, you cannot suddenly become shocked when they are teenagers and they don't have discipline. You cannot spend years saying they're just children, and then when they become teenagers, ask, why are they like this? They are not going to magically develop the qualities you never consistently required of them. And this is why I keep saying that parenting is active work. You have to work on habits. You have to work on manners. You have to work on responsibility. You have to work on discipline. You have to work on integrity. You have to work on hygiene. You have to work on how your children spend their time because 24 hours is a lot of time. And if your child is routinely spending enormous portions of those 24 hours doing things that have no meaningful value, while the things that actually build them are constantly being pushed aside, you need to stop and ask yourself, what exactly are we prioritizing? Because childhood is happening whether you are intentional about it or not. Your child is developing habits whether you are teaching them habits or not. They are learning what matters from what you repeatedly allow. So, parents, please wake up. Don't wait for adolescence. Don't wait for a teacher to complain. Don't wait for your child to become impossible to manage. Don't wait until you are desperately trying to undo 10 years of patterns. Start now. Build the habits now. Teach manners now. Teach responsibility now. Teach discipline now. Model integrity now. Teach your child that commitments matter. Teach them that their time matters. Teach them that enjoyment is wonderful, but enjoyment is not the purpose of every waking hour. Teach them how to speak. Teach them how to listen. Teach them how to sit at a table. Teach them how to use a bathroom. Teach them how to care for their bodies. Teach them how to conduct themselves in public. Teach them how to treat other people. And please remember, you are not depriving your child by giving them structure. You are giving them a foundation. The family gathering will come and go. The holiday will end. The guests will leave. The event will be forgotten. But the habits your child develops during these years can stay with them for the rest of their life. So please, parents, your child's childhood is happening right now. Don't waste it waiting for the parenting to somehow happen on its own.